Logic Pro has just released a brand new update, and this is an update that it just dropped recently yesterday. You can see it says yesterday here, and when I click more here, you can see that this next version update is version 10.8, and it's around 1.1 gigs of file size. This is all the updates that are coming with this new update of Logic Pro, but I'm very interested to see this new mastering assistant because other DAWs have had other updates that then they released a lot of things. I also own FL Studio, which also has mastering inside, and I'm eager to hit the mastering assistant here in Logic because we all know that even iZotope also has its own mastering assistant and all that. So I can't wait to see what Apple has made in this update. So I'm going to go ahead and click update, and then I'm going to let it update, and then we can try out the mastering. Okay, so I have a project opened up here, a project that I recently worked on. I did a little bit of mixing on it, but I just want to use it as an example to test out this mastering. So the mix is kind of still wonky, but you should definitely, before you do mastering, make sure you have a really good mix. So just to point it out there in case you didn't know that. So if you check here on my stereo out, there's now mastering here. So you can see below audio effect, you can now click and add mastering assistant to your master so that you can master the track. So I will just click on it like this, and then it's going to open this mastering assistant here. Okay, so it's automatically analyzing. So it's probably analyzing the track itself like as per usual. Now it's saying creating a master chain. And then voila, there it is. Okay, so off the bat, it looks really nice and simple. And I can see here that there is 3 sections, if I can call them 3 sections. I'm assuming this is the EQ section. And then you also have dynamics. I can already see loudness here, excite, true peak, LUFS, and where you can start and reset the analyzation and the reading of the loudness. And then you also have a spread section. I can see there's width here and correlation so that you can check your phase. And down here, reanalyze section. So you can basically reanalyze if you want to reanalyze and make it give you another reading. And then you also have bypass. Oh, and an amazing thing, you have loudness compensation. So you can compensate loudness. And this is a slider. Let's check the slider. So you can see it's the intensity for the EQ here. So if I lift it up like this, it's adding more of the EQ, and then if I lower it, it's down to 0. So no EQ added there. And to reset it, I can just double click just like that. So I'm just discovering this with y'all. So let's play the track back and let's see how it sounds without this mastering. Pretty cool. Now let's turn on the mastering. So I see it activated here, the EQ. Oh, I can't wait to see that. Wow, so this is really cool. It's sounding really cool. I can hear what it's doing to the track. So what I'm going to do now is add a little bit more loudness, because when I checked the LUFS, it was kind of soft. So I just want to push it louder and see how that goes. Okay, so that's pretty cool if you want the track to be louder. And I'm just gonna reset it back down, and I'm gonna put on loudness compensation so I can test out the excite. So I like that the excite is not too heavy, it's not too much, it's just adding a little bit of harmonics to the track, just a little bit, not too much, and I really like that. But I don't like the fact that you cannot pick exactly how much of the excitement is being added. It's just adding however much it's adding, and then that's that. But I could be wrong, and there's another way to tell. And then now the EQ, you can see that it dipped around here by 50 hertz, and then it also boosted around the mid-range, going up to the high mids around there. So I can play around with the EQ slider here just to play around with the intensity, and then we can hear how that sounds. So let's start from the bottom right here. And now I can play around with the character. Let's start with a clean. Now I can move on to the valve. I do like the valve. The valve sounds really nice. I like that. Let's try out the punch. I also like the punch. It's really nice and subtle. I like how it's making the track sound. You let me know which one of these you like. If you're also going to try them out and then let me know which one of these you really like. But overall, I'm really enjoying how it looks. It's really nice and simple, and it also gives you a lot of room to also add your touch to whatever it's doing, whatever is set up here. So you can play around with the loudness and you can play around with everything. But let me also play around lastly with the width, just to hear how that sounds. Okay, so the spread sounds really good. If you drop it down all the way to -1, it collapses the whole stereo image into basically mono, and then the more you spread it out all the way to maximum, like to +1, then you've spread it out too much. I don't like that. I think you just have to really be careful with the spread, not to overspread, if that makes sense. Just spread out a little bit and then keep it like that, but it goes into your mix itself, how wide it is in the mix, which is a whole other conversation and a whole other topic for another time. But I feel like it just helps to spread over the track overall just a little bit, and also just help out the track just spread out like that. But that's really good. And you let me know what other new features in this new version of Logic you have tried and you like, and what are your thoughts on this new update. All these softwares have been updating, and I've been eager for us to get a new update for Logic. And you can also find this mastering assistant in the iPad version of Logic. So if you also have Logic on your iPad, you can also be using these new updates. So it's a really good thing that they now have introduced these updates to the Mac version of Logic Pro. Leave a like on the video and also subscribe if you're new here. I'm gonna see you in my next video. I'm X and I'm out. Peace.